Wow, it's already Thursday. I am only live on Instagram today. For some reason, I don't know what has happened. I'm going to have to figure out what's going on with my computer, my laptop. But suddenly I couldn't get on BeLive. It wouldn't connect my camera. So I thought, well, I'll just go straight on Facebook. It tells me I don't have a camera, and I don't understand why. So I'm going to have to ask one of my friends who knows this stuff to fix that for me, because I don't know how to do that. But I'm coming live for my 30 days, 30 photos in 30 days, Mo Knows Photos. Hey, Natalia. Today is day 4. Rob's here. Hey, Rob. So today's day 4. And like I've said, this week I'm talking about Tom and I all week because it's our anniversary week. And so day 4's photo is a doozy. We didn't go away without kids until our 15th anniversary, and we didn't actually make it to go away until like August of our 15th year. And we decided to go down to Disney, of all places. We went down, well, actually, we were going down to Clearwater. Long story. I was a travel agent for 15 years. I know better than this. It was hurricane season. I know better than this. Do you know, I've lived most of my life in Michigan, and I've ridden out 3 hurricanes. Come on now. So we went down to Clearwater, and they evacuated us because of a hurricane that was coming. So we went up to Disney, and while we were poolside waiting for our Disney passes to arrive, I contacted a friend to send us some. They asked us if we were going to ride out the hurricane with them, and I said, we're in Orlando. What are you talking about? Did you know that Hurricane Charlie hit Orlando directly? Yeah, it was beautiful. So we got one day at Disney. It was a hurricane party. So this is our picture. This one's a doozy, guys. I want you to notice the details on this. Why is my stomach showing? I never wore stuff like that. So I'm thinking it must have just been how I was standing. But I want you to notice the fanny pack on Miller, because that's some fancy stuff right there. And this is the moment when I thought it was okay to highlight my hair. I thought, oh, well, highlight my hair. It won't look bad. What was I thinking? So this was our 15th anniversary trip. I know, is this not awful? It's awful. And this is when Tom's beard was going gray. Do you see the little brown spot there? So when he first started going gray, he got a little white patch here. No, I did not like the highlights. No, did not like the highlights. It doesn't fade well because I have so much red in my hair. It just looked bad. So Tom had this like sandy brown, strawberry blonde beard, and he got this white patch. Thanks. He got this little white patch. It was all white hair, and he told everybody that I was taking a Q-tip at night and bleaching it. Yeah, exactly. And then, if you'll notice, at this point, he had a brown patch at the end. That's all he had left. And I asked him, I said, what, am I dyeing it back? I am naturally auburn, like dark brown to red. Hold on one moment. I have cookies in the oven. Imagine that. That are not done. Come on. I have shortbread in the oven for Tom's party that he doesn't know, you know? Yeah, the timer went off. You hear that? So yeah, so let's admire this brown patch that he said was going on. Yes, like save Ferris, save the cookies, like save Ferris. Natalia, the cookies I made yesterday, shut the front door. Look at these. I know. I put a whole bunch up in the redheads are bad news for me. Well, I'm not like red. Well, I am now because it's in there colored, but no, it's more brown. But it gets red. So when I bleach it, it gets this, yeah, it's not a good look. Eileen is here. You guys, I love her so much. So yeah, so this is my day 4. And we actually recreated this picture when we were in Disney this past year, and it's when I taught Miller how to do selfies. If you didn't see that, I believe I put it on my Snapchat. It was very funny. Oh my gosh, and Sarah's here. I love you too, Eileen. I love you too. So I'm having fun with this challenge. It's the 30 photos in 30 days, and I'm really having a good time with this because I'm going through old photos and I'm looking back. I'm having a really good time, then I'm having a hard time. Do you ever look back at photos of yourself? And I did create a monster with the selfies, Natalia. You have no idea. But you take a picture of yourself and you look back at them and you go, oh, I missed that. Or you say, why didn't anybody ever tell me I look like that? This is one of those ones that I looked at it and said, ew, guys, why didn't he love me enough to tell me, Katie, first of all, that belt is ugly. Second of all, hello, fix your shirt. You know, I was like, what are you doing? I don't know. It just happened. But I did let him walk around with a fanny pack at Disney and a Sri Lanka hat. So there's that. I do laugh at my old pictures. They're hilarious, you guys. I just don't even get it. I look great. Thanks, Eileen. So yeah, this is day 4 of my 30 photos in 30 days. Oh my gosh, Ollie, the dog just licked my toes. I'm sorry. I didn't. No, it was a fanny pack. Look at it. He's got it backwards so you can't see it hardly. But if you look closely, it is clearly a fanny pack. It was a sign of the times, not your fault. Yeah, that was in like early, that was probably 2005? I don't remember when Hurricane Charlie was. Whenever Hurricane Charlie was, that's when that was. And it was, let me just look at these cookies. I'm sorry. It's freaking me out. I think, you guys, shortbread is testy. Where is my, they move my things, you guys. Oh yeah, those are done. All right, we won't put the other batch in until after I'm off here. How's that? So, my guess would be $19.99. I don't think it was. I'm going to have to look it on my computer. It wasn't $99 because I know for a fact that I was back teaching at the studio. Samantha is at church. You just handed and said, I'll be back. That's funny. That's funny. I think I bought those jeans at PacSun, which I don't even think exists anymore, does it? I'm not sure. All right, let's find out. When was Hurricane Charlie? When? Hurricane Charlie. In Florida. So yeah, and of all things, who has a hurricane hit Orlando? It was 2004, August 13th of 2004. That's when it was. And so we were in the hotel and we're sitting there waiting for, for it to pass and hoping that we might get one day at Disney. And it was probably about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And I kid you not, you guys, it was as dark as it was at like midnight. And it was about that time that I looked at Miller because the power went out. I go, I need a Xanax. And he just kind of laughed at me. I really think I took a Xanax and I slept through the rest of the hurricane because I just couldn't take it. And we got up in the morning and we went out on the balcony. Well, at first we were on the balcony because we're so smart from Michigan. And this is before the lights went out. You'll love this one, Eileen. We were on the balcony. And you know how you have like a 7-Eleven and they have like that awning over the gas station. It's got that stripe that goes all the way around it. We watched it like come off of it and like ribbon flow through the air. And I went, oh my gosh, that's not good. And then we watched signs go like that. And I'm like, we should probably not be standing on this balcony. And that's when we went in, the power went out. And I'm like, oh, I kid you not. I kid you not, Eileen. I'm telling you, I will find the pictures for you and you'll go, oh. So we got up the next morning and we opened the blinds and we went out on the balcony. It was really quiet and you could see like a lot of trees down, a lot of other, but we were trying to assess how bad was this hurricane really. And we saw a palm tree like flat down on the car next to us. Our car was not touched. I'm like, So we went into Disney the next day, and this is truly the magic of Disney. Those cast members must have been running from the very moment that storm ended to the minute that the parks opened, because every single park except for Animal Kingdom was open the next day. And the only reason you knew that there was a hurricane at all in that park was as you drove in. If you've ever been to Disney World, I have not been to Disneyland. If you've ever been to Disney World, you know how you're driving those little short signs that have the little Mickey ears on them? Every one of them was flat. Hey, James. So every one of them was flat. That was the only sign there was a hurricane. Anyway, Disney is fantastic. I love them. But then when you go off of the park, off of the, the park property, and you tried to go somewhere, it was devastation everywhere, you guys, and there was no power anywhere. I have to tell you, it was really like one of the worst vacations we've ever had. I can't say what we did during hurricanes, but it had to do with drinks. I was a bunch of lighters. So we've done Hugo, we've done Andrew, and we've done Charlie. Disney did keep it moving. And then, guys, I don't know if you realize, when we went to Florida this last fall, I didn't know right up until the day before we were leaving if we were going to be able to leave because of Hurricane Irma. And we got to, because we didn't know if the resort we were staying at was damaged or not. And we got down there exactly a week after Hurricane Irma hit. And like silly, Northerners, we thought we could go to the grocery store and get food for our condo. Nothing on the shelves. Nothing on the shelves. So again, thank you, Disney. It was horrible timing, but thank you, Disney. We ate at Disney like almost all week long. So with us, what's up with us? Tom is about to graduate in September with his master's degree in program management from the Naval Postgraduate School. So I'm very proud of him. Shannon is engaged and she's getting married, and you guys, this is big news. Their house, they might have a house. They're going to look at it again. They put a bid on a house, or an offer on a house. I know they put an offer on a house almost 3 weeks ago. It's a bank-owned property, and it took the bank almost 3 weeks to get back to them. And they counter-offered today, and they counter-offered basically the asking price. Shannon and Devin offered them like $5,000 less than the asking, no, $4,000 less than the asking price. And they counter-offered the asking price. And but because it's a bank-owned property, they won't do anything. No, nobody's moving in with me and Miller. That's not happening. We want them out. We're trying to push them all out. And I do like the new home. If they get it, we're going to go look at it with them again tomorrow, because the deal is, with it being a bank-owned property, they will not do anything. The bank, it's as is. So we need to make sure that the furnace is good and that these things are good, because we weren't looking at it that way. What I was looking at is that there's a lot of elbow work to do in this house. So I will snap through it tomorrow. You'll be able to see it. It's a beautiful big house. It's and it's in the same city as me. I could literally walk there. So how about Sam? Samantha does not have a boyfriend. Samantha has not had a boyfriend for a very, very long time. After she called off that engagement, it's been a couple of years she called off her engagement. Well, about a year and a half. And then she dated Mike for a little while last year. And she did not, she called it off. She hasn't dated anybody. This picture, you guys, is like, is that not hilarious? I've got to put this picture up, and I have to put up the new one with it. Low ball of bank then, because you have meditation stocks too. You know what? She tried to give them a lower price, and I think really they were asking $99 for it, and they offered $96 with $4,000 to $5,000 in concessions. And the bank came back and said $99 with I gotta read it now. I gotta read it. Guys, this is a sign that I'm gonna be 50, because I don't remember what she told me. I did Zillow the address, and I have been through it. We've been through the house once. And I liked it. And I liked it. I mean, I liked a lot about it. It's just that there's, you know, it's been a few weeks since we've been through it, and we just want to make sure, you know what I mean? All right, so where is it? It says, come on. What did they say? I don't remember anything, and I'm in my, oh, there you go. It said the seller counter offered your purchase amount $99.9 with a closing date of 7/27, which isn't too bad. The seller is willing to pay up to 3% concessions, which would make the amount, 3% concessions with 99. It says buyer is responsible for any and all inspections. The property sold as is, buyer and seller to pay own customary. Seller will not complete any repairs. Inspection for buyer, informational purposes only, offer subject to seller's amendment. So basically, we just want to make sure that it's good. Let me see if I can find this house for you. It's a beautiful house, you guys. It really is a really, really pretty house. I'm looking. Hold on. Come on, Zillow. The taxes are not high where we're at. Okay, the house doesn't look like much right now because there's like no landscaping in that, but it is a 1,623 square foot, 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath house. This is the house. Can you see it? Maybe? I don't know. Could you see it? Maybe if I turn the camera this way, you can see it. How's that? You can't see any on the inside with it being bank owned. You can't see any of the... Yeah, it is pretty. So they don't have any inside indoor pictures. They don't have any pictures of the interior of the house online, but we went through it a few weeks ago. Like I said, it was a really pretty house. There's 2 fireplaces in it. It's awesome. There's pull down stairs in the garage to an attic up there, but they're going to have to rip out carpeting all over the place and refinish those hardwood floors. They're going to have to totally gut the bathroom and redo it. What's really cool in the bathroom is they have a stand-up shower, and then there's a bathtub. But the bathtub is just a bathtub. There's no shower in it, which is fine because the way it's angled, Devin couldn't stand in that bathtub if he wanted to because he's too tall and he would hit the ceiling. Not that it's a problem for Shannon because she's all of 4'11", but anyway, that is, so we'll see. She might have a house. That's what's going on there. And can you guys hear me without me like yelling because Miller's downstairs tomorrow? Water damage. There was one spot in the basement that appeared to have a little bit of water, but the neighbor said that because it's been sitting empty all winter long, it was an old man, like almost 100 years old. It was his house. He got really sick and went in the nursing home. His grandchildren took it over. He died, and they let the house go. So it's been sitting for almost a year unoccupied. It's been listed for 24 days. It's only been listed for 24 days. And so we'll see what happens from there. But there was one pipe that appeared to have broken, and there's only one spot in the basement from that, but there's no water anywhere else. There's no water damage anywhere else. So we think that was just contained from where that pipe was. So we have to figure that out. The electric's all updated. The structure itself looks fantastic. I don't see any problems with it. There are a couple shingles missing on the roof, but we had some pretty rough storms this winter, so I don't know how the roof is. And it sat for a year. It has sat empty for a year. So, which is a sign of the Detroit metro area. We have a lot of foreclosed homes that have sat for a long time. So we'll see what happens. But in the meantime, she has not been able to find a house that they can't they put a bid on it and it's gone like that. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, Saturday, you guys. Saturday is Tom's surprise party. So I can't say it out loud. I don't know if it's had any heat on during that year or not. I doubt it. I don't think there's any electricity on in the house right now. So I don't know. I'm really not sure. So I guess we'll find out when we're there tomorrow. No, it's not a buyer's market here. We've already had our buyer's market where everything was cheap. It's a seller's market now. And so, we'll see. But this house was built in 1947, so that it's got hardwoods all throughout. And while it says it's a 3-bedroom, it says room count 5. So I'm not really sure why that is. It says electric and gas heating, it's forced air. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happened with it. I don't know. It's hard to say. The taxes aren't bad though. So anyway, that's what's going on in our life. Not all that exciting. Oh, and I'm going to Houston next week, you guys. I'm super excited about that. So I'm going to Houston for Social Media Day Houston, and I am super excited to see Christy Gillentine and Rebecca Council, and I'm going to meet Adam, and I know Chris McManamy's going. I know Kim Gaskell's going. I'm going to see my nephew and my niece, and I'm totally excited. I FaceTimed with them afterwards, so I'm really excited that I'm going to see Josh and Savannah, and so it's going to be very cool. I'm very, very excited about that. Blake Croft is going to be there, you guys. So it'll be very cool. Yes, my nephew who looks like Jesus. He's got hair like down to here, and he's a handsome young man, and Savannah is gorgeous. So very, very sweet. Can't wait to see him again. I met Savannah 2 years ago when my other nephew got married. We were all in New York together, and I got to meet her then. I mean, I have chatted with her on Facebook and that, but I finally got to meet her face to face, and that was very cool. I'm very happy for them and excited to go see them. With these military families, you don't get to know anybody very well because you live all over the place. So my brother's military, we're military, and literally I can count on 10 fingers how many times I've seen my nephew in his lifetime. And that's terrible, but I mean, they've been in Alaska and we've been over here, and I mean, they're all over the place. So that's kind of the military life. You don't get to see your extended family that often. And to people whose family's all right here, they look at you and go, what do you mean you've never seen them? Or what do you mean it's been 6 years since you've seen your brother? That's how it goes, because you pick your trips based on where you're traveling for duty station, and when, it doesn't always work. And when we were home, when we were, in Texas and they were in Alaska, we didn't necessarily come home when they came home. Military life is hard, you guys. It's very hard. It's very hard. You do things like have babies while your husband's in another country. So I've done that. Samantha was 9 months old before Tom saw her. So, you just kind of, you adapt and overcome. That's just kind of what you do. And you have to be willing to adapt at a moment's notice. Yeah. And you have to be willing to say, okay, I'm okay with not having this at this point. You have to be okay that your plans aren't always going to be yours. Yeah. Matthew was 2 years old and I was here. I came home and he was in Korea, and I had Samantha 6 weeks early. Yeah. So anytime somebody says you can't do that, I said, I had a baby by myself. I can do anything. Trust me, I can do anything. I might not do it all well, but I'm sure going to give it a good try. So there's that. So what's going on with you guys? And who's going to join me on this 30 days and 30 photos? I want to see. I mean, I haven't seen any of you guys jumping in. I mean, I'm showing you guys some awful pictures. I love you too, Talia. I'm showing you awful pictures of me and telling you guys really boring stories. That should be motivation enough to jump in, don't you think? Your dad served in Korea and you came back to DC in the military, sent him back. Yeah, Tom actually put in for Korea. I told him to. We were in Leesville, Louisiana at Fort Polk, which is the armpit of the United States. If you were not sure what is, that is the armpit of the United States. It looks just like an armpit and smells like one. And it was just, we were very young when we got married. And those first couple of years were a little rough. And it was kind of tearing us apart. And I begged him. I said, put in for Korea. Because I knew if he went to Korea and I went home, that they would send us somewhere else. And he was going to have to do a year of rotation in Korea anyway, and he would be slotted for it. So he put in for Korea, and I went home. And he came home on leave because he was getting ready to go, and they canceled his orders. So I was actually going to go back down to Louisiana. And hello, I got pregnant. Oh, well. And he came down on orders for Korea anyway. So he ended up leaving in October and, was gone for a year. So Samantha was 9 months old when he saw her. And that's how that happened. But it worked. We ended up at Fort Hood, and it was really good for us. It was a good time for us because we learned how to communicate in a way that I don't think we would have learned how to do if we had been together, because we had to figure out how to communicate by letters and how to really effectively share what was going on with each other during that time. It wasn't perfect, and it was hard, but we did it. I loved Fort Hood. I could have stayed in Texas my entire life. He hated Fort Hood. But yeah, Fort Good. But I loved it, and I made it home, and I had a really good job. I was managing a travel agency there. We had a church that we liked off post, and I had friends, and I mean, I just really, really loved it. I had 4 years of just, it was really good. He went to the field once during that time. Now he did deploy, but it was only for 6 months. So I mean, it was good. It was very good. So it was a good deal. The Army's been very good to us, so I won't complain. I might have my moments of wah, but I won't complain. Anyway, so that was my, that's my 30 days, 30 photos, or 30 days, 30 photos, 30 photos, 30 days. Guys, I should not be doing this late at night. I've always heard the military is hard. The military is hard for dependents, but, I mean, you have to decide that you can do it. And I have to be honest with you guys, if I wasn't a Christian, if I didn't have my faith, we'd have never made it. Never, ever would we have made it. So I know, what day was this one? Today is day 4. So you've seen me and my brother when I was like, I don't know, 5 or 6. And I showed you mine and Miller's first picture. And then yesterday I showed you my favorite picture where I was trying to get him to stop taking a picture. And then this one is day 4, and this is our 15th anniversary. So tomorrow will be day 5. I gotta come up with a good one for day 5. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. But day 6 is gonna have to be a wedding photo because, you know, the wedding photo day, Saturday's our anniversary. So let me get the glare. Can I get the glare off here? How do I get the glare off here? I can't get the glare off. Can you see it? It's that stupid light. That belt, that is, you know, you guys are jealous of that belt. I think I'm going to have to find, do I still have that belt? I wonder if it actually fits me. Thank you for the anniversary. I am young there. I am young. That we've been married 29 years, so this is at 15. I am young there. That's because I look young there. And Rob, that's a good answer. Thank you. But yeah, I was young. I look so much younger than him there. Look at that white hair. Oh my gosh. You have that belt in black from the 90s. I swear, I think I actually bought the belt at Aeropostale? Aeropostale? How did you say that? I used to call it Aeropostale. Might be Aeropostale. I look a lot younger than... Rob, I'm 49. So I'm not sure how old you are, but I'm 49 and a half. It's such an ugly, it just sounds like such an ugly age, doesn't it? I don't know. I don't know. It can't be that bad. Anyway, you guys, I need to get off here. I have to get these cookies finished. You're 42 because wow. Well, Rob, I appreciate your comments. Thanks for making me feel old. But I do. Hey, Adam. I was just getting ready to get off here. I should show Adam this picture, shouldn't I? Adam, this is day 4. I love you too, Talia. Yeah, no cookie eating. I've gotta finish making shortbread and get that in the oven. I've probably got about 3 more trays worth to go through. And I need to write my script for tomorrow because we are filming at church. So, thanks. Isn't that fancy? Let's look at this again. Look at this again, Adam. How do you like that ugly belt in Miller's fanny pack? Oh, it cracked me up. This is so funny. Oh my gosh. I've got to come up with a good one for tomorrow. I'm wondering what I should pick from. You know, I got some really doozies. I've been really nice about it because I've got some really good pictures. Miller is always buff. You have no idea. He's always in the gym and he's always a big guy. So that fanny pack is styling. And I'm pretty sure that fanny pack, because you notice that I don't seem to have a purse or anything on me? I'm pretty sure that he was carrying everything that I needed. He was carrying in that fanny pack. Here, will you put this in there? Here, will you put this in there? Oh my gosh, you guys. I love that he humors me. All right, you guys, you have a really good night, and I will chat with you later. I got to figure out how to save this and throw this over to Facebook because if I was Miller, I'd say I'm carrying for Katie. You know, he never does. You know, he's just so good about. Maybe that's the one I should show you. It's just a picture of him. But do I have to be in it in the 30 photos, 30 days? Because I did snap a picture of him in the airport with my Vera Bradley pink flowered backpack on. So, Jake and Ollie helping. Jake and Ollie are not helping. I don't even know where they are. I think that Ollie's probably on my bed laying down, and Jake is probably downstairs because it's cooler down there with the oven on. It's hot in here, y'all. So, you have a good night. I'm getting off here for like the millionth time. Goodbye, you guys.